All right, now. Y'all hear me okay? Am I coming in loud and clear? Hello, everyone. How are you? How is everybody? I hope you're doing great. Jeff from Dankar, Joe Kaufman, Gator Bob Shoe, Bob Jester. Hello. If you're out there, you're watching. Let me update you on the situation. I am monitoring the situation as it appears, as it happens. Let's go over to our YouTube control panel. Let's just hop over there real quick and I will share it with you guys. Let me ask you something. If you're watching this, if YouTube has just brought you around and you love top of the line, first class, first edition, advanced Dungeons and Dragons content, TTRPG content of the type you will not find anywhere else here on YouTube, do me a favor, click the subscribe button. There's two of you out there watching. I know you are. By statistics, there's two of you out there who haven't subscribed yet. You can be the people that push us over 10,000 subs. And I'm fixing to share it with you, brothers and sisters. Yes, I am. Come on, YouTube. A little quiet. Your sound, my sound is a little low. Is that a little bit better? Is that a little bit better? This mic, she is not that good anymore. It's playing up a little bit. It's playing up a little bit, and I apologize for that. So I've cranked my gain right here on live stream. I cranked it for you guys on live stream. Did you like that? So here we go, everybody. All right, we're going to share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen. That's how many clicks it takes. Get your shit fixed. StreamYard. Shouldn't be 9 clicks to get that done. That's right. 9,998, kids. 99.98. 2 to go. 2 to go. No rollbacks, guys. Come on. 10K. You got 2 subscribers to go. I would be comfortable with 50 or 100, but I'll take the 2 to go. If you're out there, if you're watching this live stream, if you haven't already clicked subscribe, please click the subscribe button. I have got content out the yin yang. 99.98 get. I'm excited for this. I'm so excited. I'm finna day drink. I'm that excited about it. And guys, I want to be 100% clear. I want to be 1,000% clear here. What this means in the grand scheme of things, what this means to the man on the street, I'm not going to get a play button. I'm not going to get access to anything special from YouTube. This has been a goal that I've set for myself. All right. So I will tell you guys the story while we're watching that ticker. Oops. Delver, when the sign fell. Can I get it? There we go. Mo better. My producer shouldn't have let that happen. Anyway, so when I started streaming because of COVID, because of human malware, Kung flu, all I ever wanted to do, this is too big, Jolly Roger. This is too big. I got to come back to this, man. I am on vacation. This is very seat of the pants. Guys, if you're watching out there, if you're watching me over on X, if you're watching me wherever you're streaming at and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to see that number jump. I would love to see that number jump. Let's do a reload on that screen. Still sitting at 99.98. Jack Fetcher, good to see you. Jack Fetch, excuse me. I need a wizard hat. Hang on. When I started my little streaming gig up over on Facebook, where I don't stream anymore, if you come over here, if you followed me over from Facebook, I really extra appreciate it, because screw that place. But when I started over there, there'd be like 2-3 people watching me. And I will tell you, I will repeat what I have said. And that is this: if there were just 2 or 3 people watching me, guess what? I would still stream. I would still do it. But my desire, my burning desire, this isn't about my ego. This is about bringing, I mean, if this was about my ego, I would have quit 4 years ago. But I have always said I would do this if it were just one person out there watching. If it was just one individual out there who needed to hear another human voice. I would have done this. Oh, did you guys just see that? 99.99. I get nothing special at 10,000 other than the accomplishment of saying I hit 10,000 subs. That's it. That's what I get. So guys, I have always done this for y'all. You guys make this happen. You guys are the ones who've gone out there and said, hey, subscribe to this guy's channel. He's really cool. But when I hit 1,000 subs, I said, ha, ha, ha. I guess I'll do a game. I'll do a game demo of Dungeon board game, or a live play of D&D with some folks from the audience. And then people were like, do both. And then they said, do a games day. And then they said, do a mini convention. And I did. I created the GWOC, the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. And I said, ha, 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 if I ever hit 10,000, woohoo! Just like that. 10,000, get 10,000 subscribers, guys. 10,000. You have done it. You guys have helped me manifest this. 10,000 subscribers. See y'all at 100K. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. But one thing I am going to do, let me see if this will let me do this. Nope. I'll bring it back. Don't worry. Is I am going to raise a glass, a bottle of champagne, and I'm going to toast you guys. Thank you. You helped make this happen. This is phenomenal. For all of my guests, for all of the people who've helped, who jumped in and done some technical help when I've been down, for my co-host down in Australia, Kyle. Yeah. Yeah. $10,000, guys. Now let's just hope it doesn't roll back to $99.99. I don't believe it, man. 10,000 subscribers, guys. $10,000 subscribers. And now the fuse is lit. Now the fuse is lit, guys. I have got to start organizing for the GWAC, the Great Underground Overland Gaming Convention. If you show up at my con and you call it BillCon, I will have you removed from the premises. $10,000 subscribers. I did it, guys. I didn't buy subscriptions. I didn't. I mean, could you say I farmed subscriptions? Sure. Why not? Because I went out there and I asked you guys to subscribe to the channel. I did. So if you want to call that buying a subscription, sure. But there we are. It's in black and white or in gray and white. I have ridden the highs and lows of this. Guys, I don't even know. Oh, man, I don't even know what to tell y'all. So I'm going to scroll through here. I'm going to look at some comments. Yeah, that little piece of news, Jolly Roger, that we're going to talk about that on Monday. Run GMD says, thank you for doing all I do. Man, I try. I mean, this is all for you guys. Hey, guys, you see this commenter right here? This young lady is one of the first 3 people to ever play D&D with me back in, what was it, Beth, in 1981? 81? I think it was 1981. You, me, and Tommy Miner from up the block. No, and before anybody asks, no, there's no stream tomorrow night. I am streaming the Nerd Council of Doom. We do not take vacation at Nerd Council of Doom. We take control of the planet is what we do. So now, honest question, honest answer, guys. Let me ask y'all something. Is this okay? Is the live sign right here okay? $10,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? 10,000 subscribers. from 2022 when I dragged my ass across the 1,000 subscriber line. And let me tell you something, when I say in 2022, when I dragged my ass, when you guys helped me over that mark all the way back then, you know, I never thought I'd get here. 4 years. No. Yeah. 4 years. 4 years. Almost exactly 4 years. I hit 1,000 in March of 2022. Mid-March of 2022. So 49 months. 9,000 subs in 49 months. Move it to my right. Well, then the mic boom's in the way. Let me see. So I can do this. Move the hat. That's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. Then I can put... That's my name card from when I played D&D at Heidi and Eric's house. If I do this, what if I do this? There we go. But I mean, if you average that out, that's, you know, 9,000, that's what, 2,300 a year? This is Dusty Mokran. Congrats. Thank you, Dusty Mokran. Something else too. I think all right. This, you guys are kind of getting a dry run on what the studio setup's like. I wish you guys could see a little bit better, but this whole setup, this took me a couple hours to put together, and I quite like it. I mean, it kind of doesn't get me anything, though. It's not as though, you know, well, now YouTube will do X for me. But it was a personal goal, guys. You know, you've seen the meme of the dude, he even like cracks open champagne and he bites his metal and he's cheering and he's jumping up and down and he's pumping his fist in the air, and you see where he's at, and like first place is up here and he's like 19th place. So I don't want to be that guy, right? I don't want to be that guy. But I feel a sense of accomplishment. And let me tell you an ugly little secret about YouTube numbers. If I can, I gotta adjust my camera. I gotta adjust some things around. Hang on a second. That is a lot less blown out. Okay. I think that's a little better with the D20 sign. I think it's still getting blown out a little bit. That's a little better. That's a little better. So I'll tell you guys an ugly truth about YouTube metrics, and it's this. Number of subs does not so much matter to YouTube. It does not. What matters the most to YouTube are views. And that's what I've been fighting with. That's what I've been fighting with the hey Azurius, good to see you, man. Work hard. Your government's income revenue service depends on it. Hey Joe, thank you so much. Thank you for the 20. Thank you for the 20 spot. I really appreciate that. You can have a channel with 5,000 subs, and if you're getting 250,000 views every video you put out, YouTube will probably promote the hell out of you. You can be a channel with 10,000 subs and get a couple thousand views per video, or in my case, per YouTube short. And YouTube will not treat you very good. Yes, I did, sir. Yes, I did. It's just the nature of how they are. It's just the way their algorithm works. So I've been fighting to get views. If you go back to mid-October of last year, my views per day were a couple hundred. End of October, I jump in and I start doing YouTube shorts, 3, sometimes 4 a day. And suddenly I'm getting thousands of views. I'm not going to bore you guys with the metrics, but it took off. And consequently, YouTube started paying me some more attention. But there's a threshold after which, and Sir makes a comment, they treat their bigger creators like trash too. Let's be very clear about something. Yes, I will, poor orc. I will. When we talk about a big, all right, what do you think a big YouTube creator is numbers wise? No fair saying, somebody like Pewds or Mr. Beast or something like that. Just rank and file. What do you think a big YouTube creator is? You think 350,000 is big? 100,000 subs, 100,000 subs. A couple million, Sir Crotum says there. Sir is closer. 100,000 subs is nothing to YouTube as far as they're concerned. If I woke up tomorrow and this crazy son of a gun had just gone bananas and started spinning and it was 100,000, I would probably die of surprise. But generally for YouTube to lean in and say, let's see what this guy's got, you've got to have between 2 and 5 million subscribers. And you've got to be doing 4 videos a week plus a crap load of shorts. You must ignore me now. there's a young man, and I want to let me see if I can get in this. You want to join me or me to join you, hated noise. That's scary sounding. That's threatening. I love it. Let me see if I can do this here real quick. Paladin Steve spreading the love. All right, I want to. I would really like to see folks subscribe to this guy. I'm looking. I'm trying to find this dude. Maybe it's in my search history. You're built different. You usually DM. I feel you, man. Let me see. Maybe it's replies. Maybe it's in my replies. I look because there was a young man yesterday, and he put out a video, and YouTube recommended it to me. And bro has 400 subs, and he's been doing pretty good video game content. Now I want him to get noticed. I don't know the guy, but he seems like a decent enough kid. So I'm like, yeah, go throw him a subscription. See if I can find the link. I'm scrolling through. Trying to find the link where I jumped in. Here we go. I'm gonna throw this up here. Let's see. Find his YouTube. Here we go. Here's his YouTube link. So right here, and the countdown begins. Not countdown. So is it going down? Oh, thank God. Phew. So yeah, I very much feel like I now am positioned to help people as best I can. Because guys, it's us versus YouTube. It's us versus. Oh crap! That recording's still going. Hang on. I was walking Zeus before I hit 10,000, and I had to dive over and shut off the recording because I set up a screen recording while I was walking Zeus because if it was going to tick over, I didn't want to miss it. So, and I've now got like an hour of video of just my web browser on the YouTube page. Whoopsie. I'll have to do some editing in the studio on that one later. I'm on vacation. But anyway, what I can do with how many, 10,000 subscribers, whatever it settles out at. And guys, I could lose 4 subs tonight. Just like that. YouTube could go, hey, you know what? Those are botted accounts out there. back from like 2017, 4 people signed up and they haven't used their accounts in like 8 years, 5 years, whatever. Haven't even logged into Google. So they're gone. So that could happen. But regardless of what happens or when it happens, thank you, Beth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Agile Monk, man, thanks so much. But all I want to do, guys, all I want to do is take the little bit of a megaphone that I've got and lift up small creators if I can, smaller creators. I'll never have 100,000 subs. I'll probably never break 20,000 subs. Hell, I would be surprised if I broke 15,000 subs before I shuffled off this mortal coil. But the fact is, if I can do some good with what I've got, I mean, a rising tide lifts all boats, guys. Go subscribe to Yang Yan Zhao 4 here on YouTube. Go subscribe to Dungeon Minister. Go subscribe to, you know, whoever. Great Old Ones channel. Go subscribe to him. Doom Swords at Doom Swords. Subscribe to him. Throw a subscription to who? Who should you throw a subscription to? D and Disability. If YouTube will give me a little bit more altitude, it's like 3 more inches higher on my platform, and that reaches one more person out there, then that's what this is for. That's what 10,000 subscribers is for. It's been a hell of a ride, guys. It's been a hell of a ride. And honestly, I thought this would be years away yet. I thought it would be 2028, maybe. And then I just said, you know, fuck it, let's ball. Let's do YouTube Shorts. But one thing I will tell you guys, I did not do brain rot. Even though I had to trim my YouTube Shorts down content-wise, I did not engage in brain rot. I didn't. And when I was grinding, like starting back in mid-March, I had a couple of points where I was just feeling absolute despair over this, guys. Because I'd put out a raft of 3 shorts, 3 quality shorts, 3 quality YouTube shorts. Did you know that Gary Gygax once blah, 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 blah? Did you know that TSR released a board game about yada, 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 yada? Did you know that co-creator of Dungeons & Dragons, Dave Arneson, Zoda, 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 Zoda? And I would search out these facts and I'd be so proud. I'd have pictures, like just like, oh, wait a minute. In the back, there's Alan Hammock. Zoom, enhance, zoom, enhance. There's my slide of what Alan Hammock looked like in 1978. Oh, God bless him. That's wonderful, Matt. Vosh Halen. Vosh Halen, that was the 2nd edition revision of yada yada. Authored by John Doe and Mary Doe. I put work into my shorts. Yeah. But I couldn't and wouldn't just do brain rot. And when I would, back in, it was like mid-February, I like everything was going great. I was getting like 2,000 views. I was picking per short. I was picking up subs. And then the next day comes in and I put up a video, and 2 hours in, when I get ready to upload the next video, I had like 68 views. I freaked out. And I took days off. I took days off. I took 2 days off because that like dealt me a psychic wound. And like I can look in that graph and I've got a crater on views for those 2 days because I didn't even bother uploading shorts. Just for my mental health, I had to take days off. And so I kept going at it. I was like, all right, let's get back up and let's keep doing. But something felt off. Something felt off. Let me ask you something. You guys, younger folks, do y'all know what a truck pull is? Or a tractor pull? I'll tell you real quick. I won't leave you hanging. You had the big monster trucks back in the 80s. And it originally started with tractors. But, hey, John Collins, thank you. But they'd have, basically, you'd have a truck and you'd have a long ramp. And at the ass end of the ramp was an incredibly heavy load. And as the truck went forward, it would drive a chain mechanism that would pull the load further up the sloped trailer, making it harder and harder and harder for the truck to go faster. So you do real well out of the gate. That's what it felt like all of a sudden. It stopped being a NASCAR race. I pulled into the pit, and when I pulled out, I looked over my shoulder, and I had one of those trailers with a weight on it. And so I went from 4,000 or 5,000 views a short to next to nothing. But I thought everything's okay because YouTube was showing my live streams. Guys, I had live streams in February and even March when I was hitting 300 people watching this live stream. Now, I get it. If you're some fucking rich Twitch bitch, that's nothing, right? 300 people will arrive on and leave your live stream, and like you won't even notice it. You'll make $19,000 a night. It's 30% north of the Rockies. If you could donate 3 cents, they'd take a penny of it. If you donate $1, they take 30 cents of it. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Well, then they shut that off. And there was a night we did Blade Runner. We did a Blade Runner live stream. 9 people watching. That made me doubt. That made me doubt everything. Because 300 down to 9. What was I doing wrong? And I sat down with Grok, with ChatGPT, with the studio AI at YouTube. And I said, what is going on? Thank you, Jesse. Thank you very much. I said, what are you guys doing? And it was like, your shorts are too long. And nobody likes, did you know? A good short is like 25 seconds long. 30 is pushing it. If you get into 35 seconds, you're losing most of your viewers on a YouTube short. And that sounded crazy town. That sounded completely fucking bonkers. But thank you, Advanced Fantasy Games. By the way, we have, when we come back Monday, we have a Monday mail call, Advanced Fantasy Games. We have something from Advanced Fantasy Games on Monday, mail call Monday. Well, mine's not an AI voice, and it never has been, Vosh. Yeah, I swallow the mic. I do the hydrogen sulfide, whatever it is, voice deepening thing. Did you know Gary Gygax was once a cobbler? Gary Gygax repaired shoes to help make ends meet while he was writing Dungeons and Dragons. But there's an ugly logic to it, because commercials have gotten shorter and shorter. And it follows the same logic. If you don't grab somebody in the first 1 to 3 seconds, they swipe away. Oh, I know, Vosh. I know. I just thought I'd put it out there. They swipe away. You lose them. Nobody sticks around. It's fucked up, but there it is. But I'll tell you guys an even uglier truth about YouTube Shorts, okay? If you are too good, they will fuck you just as bad. So let me see if I can show you guys something without doxing myself. Let me bring up a YouTube short here. Come on, here we go. Let's go to dashboard. Here. Thank you, Captain's Lady. Oh my, does the captain know you're hanging out with a scurvy scalawag like me? All right, let me find something here. Let's look at some content. And let's go over to shorts. It's my party. I'll rant about this if I want to, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, Az. YouTube by 5e bounded accuracy. Harumph, yes. All right, here's one. Oh, dang it. All right, let me add this to stage. All right, so I'll show you guys something here. Scroll down a little bit. See where it says how viewers engaged? stayed to watch 74, swiped away 25. This is dangerous for me as a creator. This is dangerous for me as a creator. Down here is dangerous as a creator. Up here is really dangerous as a creator, like me. So here's what happens. I drop a short. First hour. Now, you see how this line goes up? How it's not exactly vertical, but it curves upward. There's a steady progress. Now look what happens. It starts to go almost completely horizontal. Then it gets a little bit of an uptick. Again, this is a day and change in. Then it gets a little bit of an uptick. But you see, the growth is nothing like what it is over here. Right about here. God damn it, mouse. Right about there, YouTube cuts a video off, cuts my shorts off. If this video came in and the stayed to watch was 100% and the likes was 100%, YouTube would never let this video breathe. YouTube would keep this video suppressed. YouTube would not let that video get seen. You would have to come to my YouTube channel and go to my YouTube shorts. They would take this out of circulation. They would mute it. They would suffocate it. They would suppress it. You would never see it. You would have to come to my channel. 10,000. The number is 10,000. Unto excess. We have hit 10,000, buddy. Because YouTube looks at a small creator like me and says, no. You haven't passed the test. You may not be doing as well as you think you are. Oh, they're doing, look. Oh, dang it. I missed it. There were like little fireworks around it. But YouTube keeps small creators in test mode. If you have access to the studio assistant, if you have access to the studio assistant, this little home run hitter right here, click it and ask it. Click it and ask it. There we go. There's the fireworks. And it will tell you, YouTube doesn't trust you. YouTube doesn't believe that you got the numbers that you got. Maybe you're opening up a bunch of pages through a VPN and watching your own video to the end and liking your own video. Maybe you told a bunch of friends, hey, I know you don't YouTube, but set up a YouTube account, come over here and watch this to the end and then like it. It frames that it couches that in weasel words. It says, your video is so good, it's thrown the algo for a loop. It doesn't know. Should it promote your video? What audience do we find for such a perfect video? We're so confused. We've never seen a video do that good. And so it suffocates your video. And I know this for a fact. I did a short that I bet a bunch of you never saw. I know a bunch of you never saw it because if I scroll back through to early this month and find it in videos that have gradually gotten 2,000, 3,000 views. It's only sitting on 400. Why? Because that short got 100% views. 103 people viewed it, and 103 people watched it beginning to end, and it got like 75 likes. Hey, thank you, Graph Paper. Also, if the algo, also people come in by a link, the algo gets lazy and doesn't scoop it out of the test bed. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, RPG Gen Exile. By the way, Matthew, what is DM and Friends? I don't know what that is. So why am I telling you guys all of this? It's for two reasons. One, I fought for everything I've gotten here. I sat up late before the guac. I got 12 hours of sleep in 36 hours. So I wouldn't have to work this week. So all the shorts that are uploaded could be uploaded. I busted my ass. And then I ran guac. Which one of my videos hit big the fastest? Oh, that's hard. Probably back in 2023, when I was reporting on the OGL debacle. Because you got to understand, I went to bed on January 15th after having uploaded 3 videos before I was paying attention to metrics or anything, with 1,500 some odd subscribers. I woke up the next day with 2,700 subscribers, and it was literally this number you guys see on the screen. It was going like a car's odometer. Like if you were driving like 120 miles an hour up a stretch of road, imagine the odometer. Just that's what it was doing. The Pinkerton incident, yeah, the Pinkerton incident, that was a lot. Now, what's funny is the interview I did with Gary Gygax has been such a slow burn, but I can go back on any day and see that, like, because I uploaded that 3 years ago, and it's like, oh, by the way, there's a new edit of that coming. I've done noise reduction on it, and it's going to be shorter, but it's going to be the same information. My goofy ass voice is being cut way, way, way down. So when you think about advanced dungeon, yeah, shit like that's getting the axe. And to be honest, pauses that Gary did are getting the axe. So it's gonna go from like 90 minutes probably down to like 55 minutes. I'm not lying. It's gonna get cut down then. If you unsubscribe now, then resubscribe. Can you be the 10,000? If you do that, I will find you and I will break your kneecaps. I'm kidding, dude. I mean, if that's what the Lord tells you to do, brother, if that's what the Lord tells you to do. So I guess what I'm saying is I have clawed and scratched for this. I have done everything by hand. This has been just digging in and making stuff happen, accepting that there were going to be days when I would have a net 0 subscribers. I could show you guys the graphs. There'd be days that get up, woohoo, it's 94.05. Let's get up to 94.20 today. And then at like 2 a.m., I'm going to bed and I'm just like, because it's 94.03. After like a hugely successful live stream and a bunch of good shorts. And then I get up the next day and it's, you know, it's 94.22 by the end of the day. I need to get, I mean, 20K would be nifty, but it took me 4.5 years of nonstop active work. And guys, in those 4 years was Wizards' terrible 2023, OGL firings, Pinkertons, and me discovering YouTube Shorts. All right. Those by percentage represent probably 80% of my growth in that 4 years. Those were lightning in a bottle. That will not happen again. I'm on the slow grind. Because barring Wizards of the Coast calling me up tomorrow and saying, you, Bill Sylvie, you are in charge of first edition AD&D. You're the first edition AD&D cool guy that we needed. And me announcing that, I just don't see it happening. Besides satisfaction, do I get anything besides having it? No, I don't. I get some little fireworks. You guys saw there. It does not push you up in visibility. Yes, we talked a little bit about that. YouTube will dump subs. I have no doubt that something brewing and churning down in the guts of YouTube is desperately skimming my subscriber count, looking for any excuse to axe people. Guys, make sure you are still subscribed to my channel. You could hoe for me. Hoe, trollop, fil de joie, doxy, courtesan, and I want to mention something else too. All right, I want to talk about negativity. Wizards of the Coast in 2024 started to get ahead of the curve. Okay. They started to get ahead of the curve. They started spreading out firings. They started doing better couching and that sort of thing. And it really, like, without me diving into Kulturkampf, that was really starting to heat up a lot then. Like, I didn't want to come on here and talk about, you know, what Disney was doing. I didn't want to come on here and talk about what EA was doing. I didn't want to come on here and report on Dustborn or woke voice actors and manga localizers and shit like that. I didn't want to do it. There's channel. It was funny because when shit was going sideways for D&D. There were so many channels that I saw, and this like made me viscerally angry one day. I put up a video about Wizards of the Coast firings, and I think the video was called "The Wizards of the Coast firings were worse than you thought," because they were. I put up the video. It did pretty good numbers for me. A culture war channel put up a video with the same title one Saturday afternoon, and hey, thank you, Bachwinkle. You sent an order for Crom. Thank you. We're going to talk about Crom in just a minute, Bachwinkle, but I'm gonna take care of you here in just a second. So if your hands are itching and you're getting ready to Crom, so yeah, I looked up, and here's this channel with, at the time, it was like 380,000 subs. But they're literally just a culture war channel. I mean, hey, I don't hate the players, but they, and I'm not even a stay in your lane kind of guy, but it was like, fucking A. My video title, my video topic, linking to exactly the same articles I did. And you literally never talked about TTRPG stuff before now. Because guys, look, I'm going to get up. I'm going to let my head get a little big for a second here. I was on the front page of YouTube. If you were logged out, if you had never viewed my YouTube channel, if you went over and instanced a VM and did not log into YouTube, but just went to YouTube, my reportage on the OGL debacle was making it to the front page of YouTube. I have that confirmed by people. And I think it's funny, but it's also very irritating when channels that like didn't focus at all on the area that I had, but instead said, what are people pissed off about right now? This is getting a lot of traction on YouTube. Let's do a video there. And I'd see that happen. And when I saw that one come out on that Saturday, I was like, fuck you. If Dungeon Minister Yang Yan Zhao had done it, I would have been like, hey, let me help you with some sources. I'm sorry, a channel that's got close to over 250,000, approaching 500,000 subscribers does not need to talk about Wizards of the Coast being dicks. Oh, I love that. Robert Phillips, that's amazing. I'm as mad as a paladin in hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. First, you've got to get mad. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write your congressman. I wouldn't know what to tell you to say. So yeah, I kind of watched this stack up, and then it became this weird, like, reversey, bizarro Uno card flip thing where suddenly it was, well, negative works, so I'm going to report, and I would look for anything negative I could say about Wizards of the Coast. And then I realized I got to stop. This is bad for my soul. Not because of Wizards of the Coast. Fuck Wizards of the Coast. And fuck anybody who'll defend them. And I just walked away from it because it was getting stupid. Oh, Wizards of the Coast CEO exec Chris Cox was seen stepping on a shoelace and breaking it in the Renton, Washington Starbucks parking lot. Does Wizards of the Coast hate shoes? Anti-shoe rules in D&D 5th edition? It got stupid. You know, the fucking Discourse Minis was one of the worst. Yes, I am calling her out. Because when she wasn't going, the situation with Warhammer has gotten worse. She jumped on the fucking bandwagon too. The situation with Dungeons and Dragons has gotten worse. And I just couldn't do that. Every day. No, nobody's nobody is congratulating me yet, except for you guys. Except for you guys on 2XS. Paul would need to be seanced. What? Paul who? Not Paul Stormberg. I talked to him yesterday. Don't fucking scare me like that. Lady of Negotiable Affection. I love that. I am going to name something that north of the Rockies, the Lady of Negotiable Affection. Or maybe a demigoddess of streetwalkers in Greyhawk. You know? But she's like an aspect of Maris. Paul Harvey. Oh, Paul Harvey or Alex. No, I have not heard. I'm trying to tell you people, subscribe to the Dungeon Delver. He's the one who can do it. He'll tell you the truth. They're trying to hide the truth, but Dungeon Delver, he'll tell you what it is. But no, I'm doing this because I love D&D. And spewing out hate all day, that's not good for your soul. I don't love Wizards of the Coast. I didn't love TSR. I loved D&D, and I loved what Gary made for D&D. That's what I loved. TB Flowers. Right up here. First edition advanced D&D books, guys. I know you can't see them on the camera anymore. I did change things around. Alex Jones with the rest of the Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. Or maybe we could flip it the other way around. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. I have it on good authority. They are putting things in the water to make the frogs gay. Good day. Page 2. The Invisible Horse. So what Bob Jester is talking about, I used to have stuff piled on this shelf over here. And somebody decided that like a wizard's hat I had on the side of the Art and Arcana box set that I had standing up here and some other things looked like a horse. And it was Tonka Todd. Yeah. There's horse over there. That looks like a horse. It's going to bite you. And then I took it away. I just like moved stuff around and they're like, it's invisible now. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Hello. R.H. Snow, you going to come to Florida and run away with me? Fly down to hedonism with me? I'm kidding. That's a joke. That is a joke. But you can come down and ride on a couple of gators, like lasso them, ride on them. Sure, why not? Oh God, I gotta be careful. I gotta knock on my door at like 2:30 tomorrow morning. You know, she's like marathon drove from Central Texas. Oh, hello, Delvers. I'm listening. If I could pull off a convincing Kelsey Grammer accent, I might do it. And you know, Bob, I never saw it. What is best in life? Barely together vintage AD&D books or new reprints? Yes. There is a golfing community here in it is in northwestern-ish central Florida. And it is called Greyhawk. Someone stopped me in the grocery store. I was wearing my I Heart Greyhawk shirt one day, and they were like, Greyhawk, what is that? And I said, oh, this is the golfing community. If you look it up there, it's in like northwest central Florida out towards the Treasure Coast. And they're like, oh, I think I've heard of that. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Derek Mann. He's Derek Mann. You don't just say his name on air. He's Derek Mann. You can smell the dungeons in the pages. Dungeons and pages. Dungeons and page boy haircuts. I don't know. So anyway, I decided in 2024, late 2024, I was not going down that road. I was not going to chase clout by trying to break negative news constantly, like all the culture war pages were doing. Now, did that mean that my channel sank? Yeah, kinda. But you guys told me so. I did a couple of videos where I was literally just like, okay, let's this negative thing. And the comments back from you guys, even in the live chat, were on point. You know, you're just saying negative stuff to say negative stuff, Bill. I even had somebody just flat like, this is back when I would fight for like 3 subscriptions in 6 days. And somebody left a comment on a video and just said, oh, that's cool, JP got you can say you play golf in Greyhawk. How cool is that? I don't play golf. I can't do that. But somebody like said, this is not why I subscribe to your channel. I wanted to hear about D&D, and I wanted to hear D&D lore, and I wanted to see you interviewing people, and I wanted to see you being positive. So I'm unsubscribing. I guess, you know, just said, I guess you're just kind of like one of, and that affected me deeply. And I went to my buddy Tim Imholt, who's not really active on YouTube much anymore. He had 10,000 subs like that. He knew how to play the game. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Not about Tim, but about the game. And I said, dude, I can't do negative shit anymore. I'm just going positive. If it's not a good thing to talk about. Now, there's within reason. Okay? You know, if Wizards of the Coast said, look, we're sending the Pinkertons door to door to seize as much first edition D&D stuff as we can. We're going to destroy it. We're taking all of the, you know, all of the classic reprints up to whatever came out last month back is being taken offline. We don't care about you. We'll make Big B into a gnome if we want. We'll mock old gamers. You know, we'll make this the whateverest D&D ever, and you're all fired. Something like that, yeah, I was going to report on. But I wasn't going to sit in a dumpster waiting for trash to fall in so I could pick through it daily, just so a robot would show my video to 5 more people. And so I could occasionally read comments where I was getting fired as an entertainer by somebody. I wasn't going to do that anymore, and I stopped doing that. And Tim even hooked my channel up to his company at the time, his analytics machine, to see how it changed. Now, I don't think that necessarily improved my channel's growth or performance, but I think it probably improved me as a person. Because when you start caring about what you're picking through, when you climb out of the dumpster and hose yourself off, and you curate stuff, Warhammer Fantasy, Robert Phillips. When you do that, it's better for you. When you do that, it's better for you as a person. If you care about what you're doing, if you just view your YouTube content creation as, look, I'm flipping hamburger. I'm not a 5-star chef. I'm not even a mom and pop diner that's trying to make wholesome food. I'm putting this in a plastic box and handing it out a window to somebody in a car. I don't care about this quarter pounder any more than I care about that quarter pounder or the next one that's coming out of the freezer. Then you probably don't care. But I do. So I stay. Now, somebody asked me about guac. I'm going to, or guac. Somebody asked me about Crom, guac, all that stuff. So let's see what we got here. Oh, I got to do something real quick. Hang on. I got to see here. So I did a thing. If you don't know me, I did a thing. Andrew Howard, would you do me a favor, please? Will you please? Oh, no, I see it. Never mind. I see. All right. So I do this thing. Maybe you don't know this, but I do. I've created a piece of computer software called Crom. And you want to talk about some blood, sweat, and tears? Crom represents a lot of work. Represents a lot of work. And it is a piece of software. If you guys want to see like a demo of it, I will be more than happy to show you right quick. I'm sorry. I'm trying to send it to somebody right now. And yes, this stream is going a long time because I haven't streamed in a long time. I'm leaving that there because that is the wisest thing that I've seen. Will my backyard be big enough for the convertible? I think you mean convention. No, it will not be here. What are my top prospects for the con venue? Joe, I don't even know. I don't even know yet. I'll see if I can find a small event hall around here that won't rake me over the coals. You know, that won't just absolutely murder my face off. I mean, honestly, if my backyard was in better shape, yeah, I mean, put up a couple of golf tents. No, I wouldn't do that. Orson Welles is a VFW hall. Gonzalo Lira's bar tab. Did you see what I did? I'm scared. It's just sitting there at 10,000. I'm scared that it's going to roll back to like 99.98 or 99.97. YouTube's just going to be like, no, yank. Doggies ain't been in the backyard in a long time on 2XS. And I just got a lot to think about. All right, I'm gonna show off. I'm gonna show off Crom. Zeus is good. Zeus is doing okay. He's old. He's tired. So like me. Hang on. Let me just do this. Oh, it's 10,001 now. Woohoo! I can afford to lose subscribers. Oh God. I'm spamming someone's forum right now. Pardon me. You got Crom. Excellent. Old and tired, so it fits. Yeah. Take the screenshot and claim it and then close the window. No, number must go up. Yeah, no, Zeusie's okay. I hope that Zeusie will be with us for a while longer yet. I don't know. I don't know. He has very good days. He has days when he stands up and stretches and wiggles his butt and has a sneeze and a cough and trots down the hall in front of me. And then there's times when I literally will pick him up off the kitchen floor because he's fallen while he's eating. And he'll stand up for a second and then just collapse back down. And I just got to kind of let him rest. Will there be a 10K short? Maybe. All right, so let me share. Dear StreamYard, I love you. You are like this beautiful, brainy, glasses wearing, wonderful being, and I'm like, man, if only I could do X. And you step up with your clipboard under one arm and a pen going, got it, sir. And I'm like, oh my God, I can do that. But oh my God, can you please fix some basic functionality? One thing I do want to say, guys, about Guac, the in real life Guac, it's not going to be free. That one's not going to be free. There's no way on earth, dudes, I could do it for free. If I had like 10 subscribers and was just like, fuck it, we ball, come over to my house for a games day, that would be one thing. By the way, this is so cool. And I don't mean this in like a taunting, like teasing way. RH Snow, Watcher the Damned, is gonna panel at the next virtual Guac. And I'm so looking forward to that. She is a beautiful, talented, funny, erudite, spunky, spirited one. Basically a Texas libertarian halfling. And I love it. RPG Grandma, hello. The muscularity. Yeah. Oh no, you'll have to talk about your books and answer questions from people. Oh no. That's terrible. That's terrible. RH, that's how will you cope? What will you do? Oh, snap. Yeah, that's right, little girl. I called you out. All right, so let's check this out. Maybe you don't know what this is. Maybe you haven't heard of this before. What is this VT52 nightmare terminal that you see before your very eyes? Hide behind a baby goat again. Baby goat, do, 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 do. Still need to get that computer in. See, when RPG Grandma talks about a computer, I don't know why, and I say this with all the affection in the world. I picture in her house, she's got like a deck, like like a deck PDP 8, and like a Siegler Lear terminal. She's got a pointer interface, but it's like one of those CAD doodad kind of mouses, or a light pen, RPG Grandma with a light pen. So she's like, I need some core memory. I need to I need to get down to TRW and pick up another 2-foot by 2-foot board of 8 kiloword core memory, ferrite core memory. Just a minute. I'm going to load Xenix off of a real tape here. You know, she's got her own in-home Usenet server. She has an Exody. Yes, she has an Exody sorcerer connected to the PDP 8 when she wants to be fancy and high tech. A spool sample, if you will. That was disgusting. Oh, an IBM 386 with monochrome screen would be too effete for RPG Grandma. She's got an S390 in her garage. Big bus bar power connectors, and clack, clack, clack. All right, let me check my inbox one more time. Steam. Once upon a time, for a friend's sake, I wish listed DayZ. Man, I would never want to put. Okay, so those of you out there who play massive, I call them MOGs, massively online griefer games, like DayZ and what's the space one, Eve Online. That seems like the antithesis of fun. Like, oh, I'm going to fly out and explore the universe, and then you get cornholed by a bunch of guys who steal all of your resources. It's like, I just wanted to play. Hey, thank you, Excalibur. I appreciate it. Much love down to my brothers and sisters south of the border there in beautiful Brazil. You love Zork and wanted to resurrect your hack HP 600 so you can play it in green text glory. You ought to. RH Snow just needs to hook it up to the power systems in the missile silo that she lives next to, the abandoned Titan 2. I just imagine a tour. This Pepe right here used to be aimed right at the heart of Cuba. It was going to make old Fidel glow in the dark. Anyway, so Crom, the character record organization manager. What Crom is, it's not a first edition AD&D character creator. It has as a primary function the creation of a first edition AD&D character, but it is oh my God, I would love to see RH Snow and RPG Grandma live on the same stream. That is quality entertainment. That is quality entertainment waiting to happen. Anyway, it's not just about character creation. You can go on the internet, you can go to Dragon's Foot, and they have a first edition AD&D character generator, and it'll put out a character for you. But what it won't do is let you bring that character back and level that character up, add XP, milestone level that character, drain levels. It won't account for the character's age and adjust their stats accordingly. It won't let you dual class if it's a human character or if it's a half-elf character going to bard or a human going to bard. It won't let you buy equipment. It won't let you drop equipment. It won't let you sell gems and jewelry. It does not check for psionics, which you may consider that a good thing or not. That's up to you. But it's a phenomenal program, guys. Maybe you made a character back in the day when you were a kid. It's like, Circumference, the Paladin, and you loved him, and now he's a pizza grease and Pepsi stained character sheet with writing on it so faint you can barely make it out, and you're like, man, I really want to use this character again. Travis Bickle asks if it's possible to play D&D all by yourself. Yes, it is, Travis. There is a solo play section of the first edition AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide that lets you do just that. But we'll get into that some other day. So right here is where you could take that character and input them and continue them from 1981 or 1978, whenever. Crom manages your character for you. It doesn't just create your character. Do half orcs look orcish? Yes. They have kind of a sallow cast to them. If you look at the picture in the player's handbook, that pretty much shows you what a half orc's going to look like. Some of them, 10%, can pass more or less as human at a distance. I created this program. I wrote it in Python because I'm stupid. And what Crom will do to you, God, that sounded threatening. Let me tell you what Crom's going to do to you. What Crom will do for you is it will let you create a character using method 1, 2, 3, or 4, or manual input if you want to use method 5 from Unearthed Arcana, or you want to use 3d6 down the line. Maybe your DM does a point buy. Maybe they do standard array, arranged to taste. Whatever, there's a manual entry mode. There's guided auto create for single and multi-class. What this does is this quickly, in the course of a few seconds, by answering a few prompts, creates a new character for you, but it doesn't take you all the way through the whole process. Random auto create is literally just like it just goes, it initializes, it is a harness that initializes the character generation loop. And what's wacky about random auto create is like 8 lines of code. I was like blown away by how easy it was once I got got my head around the concept of like, oh yeah, just let it do this. Multi-class random auto create is like random auto create, but it will just randomly generate some book legal multi-class combo. So you could get like fighter assassin, like half orc fighter assassin, just and it's done. Bard random auto create, same thing. It automatically generates a first level bard, just bing bang boom. Dual class random auto create. That's strictly for humans, but if you want a dual class human, boom, done. Any of these characters you create, you can save them, and then you can load them back in. Whether you do it by hand or you do it with one of the auto generation methods, it saves the character. So let's go through create a new character. Let's celebrate our where are we at now? Still at 10,001. It's going to be sad if I wake up tomorrow morning and it's like at 99.99 again. R.H. Snow said I should just take a picture of it and say that's what it is and be done with, but I obsess. I know, right? Me obsessing over stuff. Okay, so let's do create. Now, right here, there's our methods per the Dungeon Master's Guide. 4d6 drop lowest arranged to taste. 3d6 12 times, keep highest 6. 3d6 6 times for each stat, keep highest for each. 3d6 for 12 sets, choose the best set or manual entry. So, believe it or not, method 3 is the best method. And what we get? A perfectly cromulent character. I like that character. We're going to make an elf with that character. We're going to do elf. And by the way, this is all first edition AD&D Player's Handbook legal and Dungeon Master's Guide. There is no part of this where I hand waved or house ruled. I've selected elf. Am I sure? Absolutely. So we're going to do male. And we have all of our multi-class options. Let's do one of my favorite is the fighter, magic user, thief. No exceptional strength. Level for fighter. Let's do 3. Level for magic user, also 3. Level for thief, 4. 7 proficiencies. So we'll do melee weapons. Let's do dagger. Let's do long sword. Let's do short sword. Let's go back. Let's go to sticks. Lady in the morning. Oh, wrong sticks. Sorry. A quarterstaff. Oof. Pounding that little mini bottle of champagne. I'm starting to get a waking hangover. Tell you guys what. So we have, let's do ranged. And we're going to do sling. Sling is best weapon. We're going to do composite short bow. And we're going to do you know what? Let's go back. Let's do pole arms. And I want to do, let's see. So that's it. We're done. I remember this was just a few weeks ago. I thought it was hilarious. $2 to only sing with a Christopher Walken voice. Lady in the morning, sunshine in your eyes. I hope you appreciated that. Thank you, Robert. Larkett Works, the illustration also gives some Robert you know who looks like Robert De Niro in D&D books? Go grab your monster manual and flip to the entry for Asmodeus. Now go look up a picture of Robert De Niro in Angel Heart as Satan. And come back to the chat. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful night we're having tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. No, you can't on 2XS. Thank you, Advanced Fantasy Games. Have a cold one. All right, so we got to buy some armor. Now, a note on armor restrictions. This does not apply to elven magic users. That does not prevent spell casting. However, the thief restriction does stay. So let's go to armor. Let's get a set of leather armor. Let's get a small shield. Let's be done there. Let's go to miscellaneous for a reason. Let's get a small helm. You know what? Let's just buy up usual stuff before we go weapon shopping here. So let's get a backpack. Let's get thieves' tools. that. Let's get pouches. Let's get iron spikes, 4 of those. Let's get a torch. Let's be done there. Believe it or not, we're going to get some holy water. Done there. Now we're going to go shopping for weapons. All right. Let's pull arms because we had... I believe... I actually don't remember. I'm going to have to see what we're proficient in. But I do know that melee, we are long sword proficient. We are short sword proficient. We are dagger proficient. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Just for those certain types of undead, let's back out. Let's go to miscellaneous equipment and items. I'll tell you a funny coding story. I had to put silver daggers and helmets in miscellaneous equipment items because I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind because having helms in the armor shop was causing the program to try and assign an armor class value to it. It would not take null. It kept crashing. I didn't know how to fix that pointer, so I just said, screw it. They're normal items. Having daggers, silver in weapons made the program go, you can take proficiency in dagger or you can take proficiency in silver dagger. Again, didn't know how to fix it. I threw them in the general store. All right. But back to weapons. So ranged bow composite short. And we're going to get some arrows. We're going to get a dozen normal single arrows. And yeah, that's going to be done with it. Oh, you know what? Let's get a quarterstaff too. What the hell? Let's get a sling also. Let's be done. Yes. Check for psionics. No, obviously not. Alignment, we're going to do lawful neutral and a name for your character because I'm incredibly original. Glorfindel. Press enter to continue. Save to text. Glorfindel. Print this sheet now. No. Yes. Load. And there's Glorfindel and all of his Glorfindel-y. 14 hit points, fighter, magic user, thief. There's the thief abilities. Here's all the stuff we can do. Change alignment, drain a level, add XP, level up, change stats. Add money, sell gems and jewelry, purchase more, or handle equipment. He's not terribly encumbered right now. Tome of spells. What spells do we have at 3rd level? Does Crom allow printing? Yes, it does on 2XS. Yes, it does. Crom allows printing. I'm glad you asked that. I'm going to show that feature in just a second. All right, so we're going to add a spell. We're not actually adding a spell, but this is going to show us. We have Dancing Lights, Detect Magic, Hold Portal, Identify Light, Read Magic. And we're going to add another. So what's our 1 level 2 spell we have? Fool's Gold. Not exactly useful that, but that's what we got. Now, if we look at equipment, there's all we're carrying and what it weighs. And we can come in here, we can store stuff, we can drop stuff, we can pick up stuff that we've stored, we can add custom items. Spellbook, weight in coins, 100 coins. So, no, I think 50 coins, 5 pounds for a spellbook. Quantity 1. And now we're carrying a 5-pound spellbook with us. So we're going to exit. Now, somebody asked about saving the character. We're going to save as text. Glorfindel, print this sheet now. That is standard Windows printing. But I don't have a printer hooked up over here. I mean, I could set it to PDF, but and that's Crom, guys. You guys want to see like a quick character generation? Like an instant character generation? You would prefer another target, a military target? Then name the system. All right. Fool's Gold would be handy to buy some stone roses. There you go. Is a pound also called a quid? I think so. Anyway, check this out. You see, Lord Vader, he can be reasonable. Continue with the test. You may fire when ready. You're far too trusting. Dantooine is too remote to make an effective demonstration, but we will deal with your rebel friends when we are finished here. RPG Grandma, this works on Windows 8, 8.1, 10, and 11, 32 or 64-bit. It works on Linux through Wine. It works on Mac OS through Wine. Easy peasy. All of them. There's actually a Python interpreter for the Amiga computer. If you guys remember, I've waxed about the Amiga computer poetically a lot. The thing is, most like tricked out Amiga computers have 8 megabytes of RAM. This program is 8 megabytes of RAM. You'd have to have like some seriously trippy like pro. I used this as a graphic workstation, not as a play demos and lemmings computer in the 1990s Amiga. Will it work on DOS 5? No. It is a 32 or 64-bit Windows application. It makes API calls to Windows. I am pretty sure there's not a Python. There's not something you can compile Python, 32-bit Python into 16-bit DOS. If there is, I'll eat my hat as long as my hat is about this big and made out of chocolate. All right. Guided auto create. Character name. Glorfindel 2. Male. No. Elf. Multi. Fighter magic user thief. For level 3. Saved now? Yes. Now, this did do some things different because remember, this is in fact completely random. So Glorfindel has different stats. However, Glorfindel is also chaotic evil. So you will have to go back and adjust that if you want. Vomador 65. You need a computer to Windows. The one I'm trying to work on is Windows. Hey, let me give you guys some advice because I really like it. Right now, if you want to avoid Windows 11, but you still want a Windows computer, but you don't need like a fancy gaming PC, let me give you a piece of advice. This is not an endorsement, by the way. This is just my experience. This is a Dell that came with 8 megs of RAM. I got this. This is a refurb model from Amazon, and I think it's because it's got a little like the carbon coating thing is kind of lifting up over there. But this cost $200, and I got it on basically pay as you go on Amazon. I used their loan system. So yeah, this laptop here that you guys can't see me holding up is really great. It's an 8th gen, and it comes with, I think, a 512 gig NVMe. And now it came with 11 on it, but it is still new enough that Dell will sell you a downgrade image that you install, and it just puts 10 back on it. Oh, Bard's Tale. You face death itself in the form of 999 nomads, 999 nomads, and 999 nomads. Which is fine because like every character has multiple hundreds of hit points. Anyway, I like it. It's fast. It's very snappy. And it runs Crom. I have streamed from it. I have recorded video from it. I have no complaints about this laptop. For $200, honestly, this kicks ass. Do endorse. I do endorse. This is a Dell. I cannot see what the model number is. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. But if you look this up, if you just look up Amazon refurbished laptops, but yeah, so that's guided multi-class. Print this. No. Let's just do random auto create. There. A 5th level gnome fighter. Whack. It's done. Goldfarb. Save now? Yes. There. He's done. And it does give them equipment. Multi-class random auto create. Halfling fighter thief. Somebody wanted a halfling fighter thief, didn't they? That's a good one. Wow, let's see. Bilbo, halfling fighter thief, save to text. Yes. Something you can play racing games in GTA on. You cannot do this on this. What's the risk of a refurb just deciding to crap out on you? This laptop, I paid for a 3-year replacement through the company whose name I cannot remember now. They were exceptionally good to me. I had a monitor die, and they just wrote me a check for the entire price of the monitor. But I mean, this thing's been going, it's been working like a soldier since January. I got this as a Christmas, as a birthday present for myself. So, I mean, what are the odds it will break? I can't tell you. But I like it just fine. But guys, for $200, that's $20 a month. I mean, you have to qualify for a firm, but And it's a Dell. I mean, it's kind of a tank. Let's see. So that was multi-class random. How about Bard random? What's the Bard's name? John Paul Jones. John Paul Jones, the half-elf Bard. Save now. Yeah. And just dual class random auto create. Human fighter cleric. Let's see. Bill. Chaotic neutral. Save now. Yes. No. That's Crom. It's $25. You pay me $25 via PayPal, and I send you I send you a download link to Crom. And I ask you kindly, please do not just give it out. Please don't pirate. Did I say I'm a DM for hire? Yes. My going rate is very expensive. It depends. Joe, be in touch with me. You can get a hold of me. I won't say that I will pull in every player. 8 Croms equals a refurbished Dell. Basically, on 2XS, basically, yeah. Have to qualify firm. Have to qualify to affirm. Or I had to anyway. That's what I had to do. You may just be like, $200 putting that on my card. That'll be here tomorrow, baby. Oh, my goodness. I wonder what people are saying over on X. Are people being nice? Are they celebrating? I mean, I wouldn't mind running Tomb of Horrors for a group if they wanted to pay for it. You're not a potato. You're a meat popsicle. People being nice to me over there? Have to go handle family business. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. I expect to see you at the IRL guac whenever that happens. I will keep you guys posted on it. What's the count? It's 10,001. I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest. I firmly expect YouTube to do some house cleaning. And between now and Monday, that'll probably go back into the 9,000 mark and then come back up to the 10,000 mark. I know they play their games. I play mine. That is fucking hilarious. Rather a clap with my hands full of poop. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, let's see. Well, guys, Raphael Dinkin, good to see you. Have you ever considered writing a module for Geralt called the Delver's Dungeon? Yes, and I have I have Castle Delve, basically. I have a massive mega dungeon that's 10 levels deep. I have the maps scanned somewhere, but what I don't have is any of it written. Gosh. Do I want to write it? Yeah. I mean, I've got I got so many irons in the fire. I got stuff I got to finish for Yang. I got stuff I got to finish for Heidi and Eric. And just a lot of stuff to do. Yes, the Longhouse days. The party never really got. I don't think they went to the second level. If they did, it wasn't for long. They never went to the third level. My Monday night group adventured in there. The Monday night group is why there is a Longhouse there. They had a bard use a layer of building and create that longhouse for them, complete with stables near to Castle Greyhawk, so the party would have a place to go and rest up. They had hirelings that guarded the place. It was truly spanned multiple campaigns. There was a TPK, the group that had adventured there and back is long gone. As far as I'm concerned, the Longhouse stands abandoned near Castle Greyhawk. It has fallen into disrepair for many seasons. So, you know, will it ever be found? Who can say? But yes, to answer your question, advanced fantasy games, yes, I would want to write Castle Delve. I would like to write it. I would like to publish it. I would like to see it go out in classic D&D module format. I was, frankly, the person who told me this, like, I don't think they realized it. They flat out fucking insulted me. When I said, "Hey, I want to do this," and maybe it was to discourage me from coming and getting started and then never following up on it. Because I said, yeah, I've got this, and I talked about it, and I talked about the maps and level. They listened carefully, and they said, okay, well, here's what my company does on something like this. We pay, and the percentage he named was single fucking digits. And I said, oh, well, I mean, and what about the IP rights? Well, it becomes ours. I was like, all right, I'll get back to you. And I never did. It's never come up again. And if that's his company's policy, that's his company's policy. But holy shit. Say, hand you my blood, sweat, and tears and make 8% on a Kickstarter? Try 80%. Now, advanced fantasy games, I did. Okay, so here's the thing. I have opened it. I know what it is. The audience doesn't know what it's going to be because it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I got it. But the thing is, I never know when or if somebody might send me something not inappropriate in the sense of, oh my God, this is, I'm going to jail for opening this on camera, or I'm going to jail for having this in my house. There's there's just a chance that, like, oh, was it Bards of Greyhawk sent me, where is it? Hold on. Yeah. They sent me a 3D Betty Page comic. Which is awesome. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, but I can't I can't show some of that stuff on the air. Poop in a Pringles can? Please don't. No, I don't want you. That's the whole point. Don't send something inappropriate. But so I got to open it, because what you and I think might be appropriate might not. YouTube, you know how it is. You know how it is. So I did open it. It's lovely. And well, the audience is just going to have to wait. And another reason I did that was because do you guys remember who was it? Jack not Jack Neller. God. I feel so, I know his real name, but if I'm not going to dox him anyway. Jack sent me a shit ton of stuff as giveaways for the guac one year. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll open this box on the, it was so many things. Like that entire night was just opening the packages and showing off all the stuff that he'd sent. So many things. So I want to see what I get when I get it. I want to know right away. I can't wait to see good stuff. So I don't know. Do you guys, any questions at all? Any questions for me? Anything you guys want to ask? Send me Rollmaster stuff. I'll just mail it right to Gonzalo and right to Great Old Ones channel. Hey, Mail Call Monday stuff for you guys. When do original D&D and AD&D become public domain? Is use of poison an evil act? Now, if somebody sends me MERP stuff, yeah, that's never leaving. I'm not giving that. I'm not passing that on. Thank you again, North of the Rockies. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Hate your, I hate it that you guys are feel like you gotta pay me thanks, but I love you for it. I do. Take care, RPG Grandma. I'm probably going to get off of here soon, guys. I've been going for like 2 hours and change. I'm tired. What do I envision? What decade do I? This one. I mean, it's just a matter of figuring out how to make it work. God, that's so scary. I wish it would like blip over to like 10,050 or something. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, right, answering questions. Yes. So after the death of the author, so here's the thing. With something like Dungeons and Dragons, that's going to wind up like Steamboat Willie. D&D is going to wind up like Steamboat Willie, and I'll tell you why. The primacy of D&D is never going to go away. Someone will want it. No one will let it crumble. You will never wake up and just be like, yeah, this company makes their own Spider-Man comics, and that company makes their own Spider-Man comics, and this company. Someone will legally work a way that only they have it, or that they have the version that is most popular and most popularly known. If we pushed the big lever forward and the wheel span behind us and we flew forward in time, we would arrive at a state in 75 years where there would be such a narrow range. Oh, Jeff from Dankar, thank you. Yes, I will answer your question in just a moment. Unless over the 80 years IP law changes completely. But there would be such a narrow range of stuff because that's going to stay in the cultural zeitgeist for a long time. If any of us are left alive, if man and woman can survive, no, if you see that, it will be a very narrow selection of D&D. It really will. It's like you can't go out and make a Mickey Mouse cartoon. You can't just say, I'm going to make a Mickey Mouse cartoon and sell it. You can do very specific things with Steamboat Willie. Good luck. Somebody could screw up that. Hasbro's not going to fuck up like that, though. But all right, let's answer this question here from Jeff from Dankar. He's all the way from Dankar. Came here. Any places to get 1E, AD&D, and 2E that you can recommend? Or yes, absolutely. Drive-Thru RPG. Physical copies, print on demand for sale at modern RPG book prices. That's why I don't get fussed when people talk about AD&D being back in print. AD&D is in print. All of the core rules, many of the adventures, just get it. Just go buy it. Same for second edition. Just go buy it. Get it print on demand. Get a nice copy that doesn't smell like cat pee and cigarette smoke and mildew. It's not covered in pizza grease and graffiti and falling apart at the spine. And let's be honest, some of the later 2E books or later 1E books and the first run of 2E books were made to fucking fall apart. So buy the reprints, standard color. They're solid. I have one. I have the Unearthed Arcana. No, I don't have the Unearthed Arcana. I bought my daughter a player's handbook. That's what I did. They're fine. They're absolutely cromulent. The market cap for Hasbro is probably more than he would want to absorb right now. And he would have to do it to get Hasbro. Hasbro would not willingly part with D&D. Hasbro would crumble to irrelevance without Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I know what you're thinking. Magic does way more than Dungeons and Dragons, and it does. But you'd have to take all of Wizards of the Coast. They wouldn't want WotC just reamed out. Buster says his 1E and 2E sets are still good. That's cool. Now, I know they fixed the binding issues in later 2E. So if you have, I don't know if it's the greens or the blacks or what, I know fuck all about second edition as far as revisions and that sort of thing. I do well to scrape up trivia about it for the YouTube shorts. Oh, hey, we're 10,002 now. Woohoo. We're just going to sit here and stream until I hit, 20,000. No, we're not. Thank you, Kyle Johnson. I appreciate it. But yeah, I just buy them from drive-through and then write on them, use them, dog ear the pages, get pizza grease in them, that sort of thing. Yes. Now, it's important, though, that we remember, Cedric, Wizards keeps Hasbro afloat. Dungeons and Dragons does not keep Wizards afloat, and it doesn't keep Hasbro afloat. The numbers that D&D does is very small. The value in D&D is not in TTRPGs. The value in D&D is marketable IP. It's just that nobody has ever figured out how to make it work. Gary did, but Gary kept getting kneecapped time and again with bullshit from Lake Geneva when he was trying to make... Guys, the D&D cartoon was wildly successful. If Gary could have stuck it out 2 more seasons, 3 more seasons out in California, the D&D cartoon would have been big enough to go into syndication. This shit where it's like, oh, we finally had to have a DVD release, and it was only really known by late Gen X kids who grew up in like South America and Mexico and stuff like that. None of that would have happened. Gary kept getting kneecapped and had to drop D&D. He had to drop the D&D movie. He had to drop all the merch stuff that he was pushing to make D&D awesome. And nobody else, the brainiacs at Hasbro, the C-suite at Hasbro, the supposed genius financial wizardess that was Lorraine Williams, none of them knew how to make the money machine work. You would buy drive-through if they had original covers. That I can't help you with. All I can recommend is grab high-quality scans of the originals and see if you can get a print shop to do a wrap for you. Maybe they'll do like a vinyl wrap that they'll sell you. I appreciate it, Cedric. I do. God, it took me a long time to get to 10,000. People ask me what I would do when I got there other than the con, other than start planning for the con. I'm going to stop paying attention to the fucking metrics. I'm so done. I'm so done tearing my own heart out for that. I'm where I want to be. YouTube can go straight to hell. Was it his friends back in Lake Geneva? Friends, by that point, Brian and Kevin Bloom were not Gary's friends. Lorraine Williams started out friendly, but she very quickly stabbed Gary in the back. But it was people he knew in Lake Geneva that ran the company into the ground and were preparing to sell it on Wall Street. Robert Phillips, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Now, here's the question, guys. Can we get $10,000 in supers? Kidding. Oh my gosh. Has this, holy shit, have I really been going for like 2.5 hours? I guess I missed it. I guess I missed doing this or something. Just have to come and park my ass. I want to share something with you guys though. Laura Daniel is an absolute treasure, and I will not hear discussion otherwise, or else you're in a lot of trouble with me. Laura is she's an entertainer. She is she's been a guest on the show. Oh, thank you, Gonzalo. I appreciate that. Kachu needs more dad jokes in the warning channel of the Discord. I'm on it. That kid, like, I don't know where she blew in from, but I guess she just decided that my channel was like Discord's underground the warning fan club or something. The faintest idea. Anyway, so right here, Laura Daniel has done a documentary interview with the owner of the last standing The Complete Strategist store in Manhattan. All the other ones are gone. She interviewed the manager of the last one. She reached out to me for some info about it, some pictures and things like that I hope she found useful. So, and she tagged me, which was very sweet of her. Laura is an angel, and I want to get her back on the show again real soon. But that doco is definitely something you guys should view, and I'm gonna share that far and wide, and I want you to too. Used to go to the Manhattan store at least once a month. That's awesome. I was flipping through an old copy of Dragon. It may have been old enough that it was The Dragon. And it was announcing the opening of our new store in Midtown Manhattan. And it's that store. And that's the last Complete Strategist. Because like they had one in King of Prussia that closed not too long ago. They had they were fairly, they had a good number of locations in the Northeast. Who are my dream original TSR guests? Living or dead? Alive? I would really like to get Jeff Perrin on the show, but Jeff is unwell. Jeff D, still living. Thank you, Robert. I hope you know that's tax deductible. And I'm also assuming you mean people I haven't had on yet. Oh, Harold Johnson, without a doubt, Harold Johnson. Because I've just like sat and shot the shit with Harold, and he is a pip. See, I've had Ellen Hammock on. I've had Steve Marsh on. I really got to think about it. Thank you, Cedric. So you guys have been incredibly generous with the supers. So I just want to take a minute to say thanks to Joe Kaufman. Thank you very much. Agile Monk. Love you to pieces, man. Robert Phillips to sing with a Christopher Walken voice. I hope you like that. North of the Rockies. Thank you so much. Jeff from Dankar, I hope I answered your question. Another from Robert Phillips, 10K drive on, and another from Gonzalo Lira's bar tab. Yes, that is very cool, guys. Thank you. And Advanced Fantasy Games challenge accepted for the super to reflect the current subs. You dare someone. Thank you very much. Thank you. For another mini champagne. Gosh, you guys are, wow, that is really nice of y'all. But yeah, I think that's, I who I would like to have on the show, and I know for a fact she would never come on the show just because I am such a big fan of Gary's, Mary Jo Powell. And that is actually Mary Gygax. I think maybe my fandom of Gary might not, she wouldn't be particularly pleased about that, but I would still love to talk to her. Mike Mornard. I would love to get Mike Mornard on the show. Now Mike, as far as I could tell, could be kind of salty online, but I met him in person. It's just an absolute sweetheart. So no complaints at all. But Zeus has poked his head into my office. He's staring at me from around the door. This is really decent of you guys. I do appreciate it. I could be wrong, but I think this is going to go on this month's paycheck, which is nice, which is really nice. I do appreciate it. Mike Mornard. Mike Mornard was a TSR employee up to just before. Hey, thank you, Elliot Vernon. Ooh, that's 9 pounds, man. That's good. That's like $20, $22, man. Oh yeah, Elmore and Easley, I would love it. There are a couple. Okay, so Elmore, Easley, and Willingham. Bill Willingham. I follow Bill Willingham on Twitter. I have responded to his post with, I like the post, and then I whatever he makes, and then I respond to the post with, I would really love to talk to you about and have you on my live stream show. Would you please reach out to me? And it's nothing, crickets, nothing. So yeah, it's like, okay. I don't remember if it was Larry Elmore or if it was Jeff Easley, but I reached out to one of them and said, would you consider coming on the live stream? And they were very nice, but they said they said no, that they were camera shy and they didn't want to do it. I said we could record a segment, and they said that won't help. And I apologize if it wasn't one of them, and I've just got my wires crossed. You know who I want to have and hopefully have better internet connection? I want to get Dave LaForce back on. Diesel. God, I love talking to him. What a great guy. We went for like 5 hours on a live stream one day. It's really closer to like 2 hours, but he kept having internet problems. So oh, excuse me, guys. I'm tired. This is taken, like, I don't want to bail on you guys and miss a bunch of supers. But I am tired, guys. So let me do the robot roll call again. And I got to tell you guys something too about the growth of the show. Since I've been able to monetize, you guys have helped so much. Like, I can't express in simple terms how, like, oh, thank God, I've got a paycheck coming, has helped channel memberships, supers, patron supporters. It just, thank you all so much. But again, Joe Kaufman, Agile Monk, Robert Phillips, North of the Rockies, Jeff from Dankar, Robert Phillips again, Gonzalo Lira's Bar Tab, Advanced Fantasy Games, John Collins, Elliot Vernon, Bob Jester. Thank you all so much. So I think, well, I mean, who knows? Maybe another 6 years and some Wizards of the Coast screw ups and me catching lightning in a bottle a second time, and I'll get that by the time I'm 64, 65. I love you guys too. I really do. So thank you again, Elliot, Bob, John Collins. Thank you all so much. So I'm just going to end it there, guys. I was literally just going to jump on stream and pat myself on the back, and it just kind of turned into this long, meandering mess of a live stream. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. 158 folks watching, 137 on Twitter, 21 on YouTube. Very nice. Very nice. God bless you all. I will now play the end credit song that you guys love so much. Oh, I never had that on. Ha ha. Oops. So you didn't know who I was this whole time? Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. Love you much.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.